guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Currently sitting over the track, watching the sportsman's cars go by. We are out at Firebird again this weekend. This weekend's a two-day event. Today is the Street Machine Challenge, I think is what it's called. So you have some index racing going on, some heads-up index racing. And they even have an unlimited class, which I've seen a couple of looks like to be really quick cars. There's a nice turbo Chevy Love up there that I really like. We're just in one class today, just running pro today, and then tomorrow is back to the regular scheduled points race, and we'll be in pro and nostalgia tomorrow. But just one class today, and I think 2 test passes before elimination start. So we'll jump right into it. All right, we're up for test pass number 1. Run there, 11:06 at 120. Not exactly sure what the weather is. I haven't looked at it yet, but it's hot. So, all right, up for our second test pass, and then right into eliminations. Right after this. Second test pass is done. It slowed down more than I thought it was going to. It did this at the midnight drags last time too. My first pass was an 11:06 and that one was an 11:19. It lost 2 miles an hour. But it's also, now it's sunny and probably 100 versus cloudy and 87 last time, or last pass. So we'll see what we can do with that going into eliminations.
A couple of years ago,
we're in the lanes for round 1. I think we got paired up against Leanne Day again.
Super nice.
She's obviously a tough competitor, so. On this lap, like I said, I knew I'd have to be on it. Leanne's a tough competitor, and her new car is super fast and pretty consistent from what I've been able to see so far from it. And I knew I was going to have to dial it in there tight. And I got a gift. She went 006 red to my 047 light, and she was dead on with a 3. So she was pretty close to a perfect lap there, but handed me over the win in round 1. Pro went a 14 last time, so I think it should go about a 15 or a 16, and I may hold a number or 2 depending on who I'm up against. Sunday morning, we are headed back out to the track for day 2 of the event. Yesterday went out that second round and the car just didn't run the number. I'm really hoping that nothing is messed up with the car or the motor or anything like that. It should have been going about a 16 or 17 is what I predicted, and the data shows that it should have, you know, ran that, and it ran a 31. So so I just got straight up beat, but obviously because it didn't run the number. But I'm just hoping that maybe the blower or the supercharger was that heat soaked that it just slowed down, or you know, it did have about maybe 45 minutes, an hour between the rounds, round 1 and 2. So I really don't know. Hopes that it just was the car just slowed down that much, obviously, which isn't good. You can't slow down, or the car can't move around that much and be competitive. But also I hope, you know, that's the case, so I don't have to dig into the motor or something's up with that. So we're gonna go and make a test pass this morning, and if it runs really slow again, then we obviously know we have a problem. If it runs a number that it should, then we know that it was just the heat. So yeah, we'll see how this test pass goes, and yeah, if it runs a number and it's all good, then we're in 2 classes today again, and we'll give it our best shot. All right, because I had some time, I went ahead and took both valve covers off just to check the valve train. All looks good there, so that's a good sign. So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and rip this thing this morning and see what number it puts up. Proves that it was just the blower that was heat soaked, or the engine and all that kind of stuff yesterday. I checked the weather station right before that test pass, and I thought it should go about an 11:06, and it went 11:07 with a 2. So that's good, obviously, because there's nothing wrong with the car, but also kind of crappy at the same time, because when it gets, you know, over 90 into the 100-degree weather, obviously the car's time is moving around more than anyone would like, really. But we'll just have to do our best to cool the car down and in between rounds, and give it our best shot. Well, it's good to know that nothing's wrong with the motor. So I think what I'm going to do is, I normally just leave the hood on, but I think, you know, once it gets over 90 degrees into the hundreds, just the heat from the engine, even though the coolant temp is, you know, back down to, you know, below like 120, 100, right in there. I normally just left the hood on, and all that heat just sits under there and probably just boils that supercharger. So in the summer, I'm just gonna have to leave the hood off, let all that heat escape, and I got a fender cover, and once the engine cools off enough to not melt that thing, I'll just do something like that to give the motor some shade. So we will see if this works. First round of pro. Well, guys, that basically proves that cooling off the engine this way is a little bit better than leaving the hood on, because I shaved 4 miles an hour and still ran quicker than what my data says I should go. Lost that one, unfortunately. 1109 was the dial. I knew about half track that I was gonna stay ahead of him, so I drugged the brakes a little bit there, and then ended up chopping the throttle once or twice at the end. Shaved 4 miles an hour and still ran quick. I think it was 1106 with an 8. So, like I said, proves the cooling off the engine is a little bit more efficient this way, at least for the supercharger. So we're still in nostalgia, and we're going to go up for round 1 of that here shortly. So on this lap, I ended up getting paired up against one of the fastest cars in the class. So I knew he was going to be coming up fast. I'd have to dial it honest, take it all the way down to the end, and that's what I did. My car slowed down definitely more than I would want it to. I was about 5 hun off the dial, but just wasn't a match for his 009 light. I was an 049 light. Yeah, and he just ran me down at the end there. The car definitely slowed down a little bit more than what I thought it was going to again. So that pass there ended my weekend, unfortunately going out first round in both classes on Sunday, which is a huge pet peeve of mine, but that's sometimes, that's the cards that you're dealt, especially when it's random pairing. You could get the guy who wins the whole event first round, just how it is. But either way, it was a weekend at the track, and every weekend at the track's a good weekend in my opinion. It was definitely a hot one, and sitting in this thing was like an oven. But hopefully we can get our in-between round routine figured out and get the supercharger cooled off more than we have been. I guess if you guys have any suggestions on doing that, just comment and let me know. We have some of the biggest races of the year coming up here in a few weeks, so I'm excited to just keep trucking along and hopefully get another win this season. And you know, as always, I really appreciate you guys subscribing, following along, liking these videos and watching them. Really means a lot. So until the next video, guys, take it easy and we'll see you soon.